What if the world's chaos could bend to your will without you lifting a finger? What if your mere presence could silence a room not through force, but through an unshakable magnetic calm? Tired of watching others scramble for attention while you quietly hold the reins? Here's the secret. You already possess the power to command authority, without shouting, without begging, without breaking a sweat. Welcome to the Sigma male community, where independent, self-reliant men harness stoic strength to rise above the noise. Today we're unraveling how Sigma males effortlessly wield authority, not by chasing it but by embodying it. Buckle up, this isn't for the faint-hearted. It's for the lone wolves ready to own their dominion. 1. The gravitational pull of stillness. Sigma authority isn't loud, it's a quiet storm brewing in the space between breaths. When the world erupts into chaos, your stillness doesn't just stand out, it pulls others in like gravity. You don't flinch, you don't fidget. Your steady gaze and deliberate movements scream control without a word. This isn't about hiding. It's about centering yourself so fiercely that the frantic energy around you collapses into your orbit. In a society hooked on noise, your silence isn't weakness. It's a bold declaration of power that forces others to take notice and fall in line. Picture this. A heated argument breaks out, voices clashing, hands waving. You stand there, calm as a mountain, watching. Suddenly, eyes turn to you, not because you demanded it but because your unshaken presence demands it. That's the gravitational pull of stillness, a force rooted in self-mastery. The Stoics knew this well. True strength lies in ruling your own mind, not reacting to the whirlwind. At Sigma Male Community we thrive on this principle, commanding respect not through volume, but through the quiet confidence that radiates from within. 2. Ironclad internal architecture. Authority isn't a crown others place on your head, it's a fortress you build inside. As a Sigma, your principles aren't up for debate. They're a steel framework that holds firm when the world shakes. You bend tactics to fit the moment, but your core? Unbreakable. You don't chase applause or bend to trends. Your decisions flow from a compass only you hold. While others drift with the crowd, your rootedness becomes a beacon, a living proof that real power doesn't need permission. Think of a storm tearing through a town, houses collapse, trees snap, but one structure stands tall. That's you, grounded by an internal code that doesn't waver. The Stoics called this living by reason, standing firm in virtue no matter the chaos outside. It's why people don't just follow you, they anchor to you. Here at Sigma Male Community we know this truth. Your life itself is the credential that commands authority, a testament to the strength of a man who answers only to himself. 3. The empathy edge, seeing the unspoken battlefield. Sigma empathy isn't soft. It's a weapon of precision. You see the flicker in a glance, the tension in a jaw, the cracks others miss. This isn't about coddling. It's about reading the emotional battlefield with hawk-like clarity. You don't waste energy on surface drama, you cut straight to the hidden fears and motives driving it. With this insight, you defuse chaos not by groveling, but by striking at the root, turning conflict into your chessboard where you're always 3 moves ahead. Imagine a standoff. Tempers flare, words fly, but you catch the real story, the insecurity behind the bravado. You address it, not with pity but with razor-sharp understanding, and the tension dissolves. This is the empathy edge, a skill the Stoics honed through rational observation, seeing reality as it is. It's not weakness, it's strategic dominance. At Sigma Male Community, we sharpen this edge, empowering you to navigate any human tangle with authority born from clarity and control. 4. The alchemy of execution, integrity in motion. Words mean nothing unless they turn to gold, and Sigmas are master alchemists. Your authority grows not from promises, but from relentless, consistent action. You say it, you do it, every commitment a brick in the monument of your reputation. While others talk big and deliver excuses, you stack results like trophies. This isn't flash, it's the quiet inevitability of a man who turns intent into reality, making trust in you a currency that never devalues. Consider this. A colleague brags about a grand plan, but you quietly finish the job while he's still talking. People notice, not because you boast but because your work speaks. The Stoics lived this through their focus on duty and reason, proving their worth through deeds, not declarations. That's the Sigma way, and at Sigma Male Community, we celebrate this alchemy, turning words into action, forging authority through the fire of integrity that no one can ignore. 5. The unapologetic authenticity paradox. Here's the twist that flips the script. By refusing to play the game, you win it. You don't wear masks or dance for approval. Your raw, unfiltered self is your power. In a world of fakes, your authenticity hits like a spotlight, exposing the phonies without a word. You don't grovel for likes or connections. You just are, and that realness pulls the genuine close while scattering the pretenders. The less you chase, the more they chase you. Step into a room full of posturing, everyone's flexing, fishing for nods. You walk in, no act, no filter, and suddenly the air shifts. People feel it. You're not here to impress, and that's exactly why they're impressed. The Stoics prized this, living true to your nature, unmoved by others' opinions. At Sigma Male Community, we revel in this paradox. Your unapologetic truth isn't just freedom, it's the authority that commands without trying. Let's cut the noise, Sigmas. The world's full of wannabes, alphas flexing for clout, fake Sigmas copying the look without the soul. They mimic the silence, the swagger, but crumble under scrutiny because they've got no foundation. You feel their fatigue, their desperation to be seen. Real authority isn't a costume. It's forged in the solitary grind of self-honesty and resilience. They quit when it gets tough, you rise. That's the line in the sand, the reason they stare while you stride forward. 6. Vocal minimalism, the art of atomic speech. Your words aren't cheap, they're rare, heavy, and hit like a sniper's shot. Silence is your ally, letting chatter expose its emptiness before you strike with precision. When you speak, it's not noise, it's a payload of thought, every syllable deliberate. People don't just hear you, they lean in, hungry for the weight of your insight. This isn't timidness, it's discipline, a filter that lets only gold pass through in a world drowning in verbal junk. Picture a debate, everyone's shouting, tripping over fluff. You wait, then drop one line, clear, sharp, final. The room stops. That's vocal minimalism, a craft the Stoics mastered by speaking only what mattered, rooted in reason. At Sigma Male Community, we hone this art, because when you command with less, you dominate with more, proving authority isn't in the volume but the value of what you say. 7. Environmental shapeshifting, strategic fluidity. Sigmas don't just survive, they adapt like water, solid at the core but fluid in the fray. You read the room, power plays, quiet alliances, brewing storms, and shift your approach without losing your spine. In a suit-filled meeting, your ice-cold logic. In a wild brainstorm, your untamed flow. This isn't faking it, it's owning every context, bending the game to your will while rigid types snap under pressure. Walk into a crisis. Others freeze or flail, but you scan, adjust, and act, calmly slicing through the mess. The Stoics thrived on this, embracing what they couldn't change while mastering what they could. That's your edge, and at Sigma Male Community, we sharpen it, teaching you to flow through any storm, commanding authority by staying true yet endlessly adaptable, a force no environment can break. 8. The defiance economy, where no appreciates. Your no isn't a wall, it's a vault guarding your worth. Every pointless yes chips away at your power, every firm no builds it higher. You don't apologize or sugarcoat, you reject what doesn't fit, and that clarity turns your time into gold. This isn't petty defiance, it's a calculated investment in your energy. People don't resent it, they respect it because you value yourself enough to protect what matters. Say a friend pushes a favor you don't owe. You decline, no fluff, and they don't sulk. They nod, knowing your yes is rare and real. The Stoics saw this as guarding your soul, choosing what aligns with your purpose. At Sigma Male Community, we live this economy, where no isn't loss but leverage, a defiant stand that screams authority louder than any groveling yes ever could. 9. Cold fire resilience, the unburnable core. Chaos doesn't break you, it fuels you. When pressure hits, your calm isn't passive, it's a furnace turning heat into focus. Setbacks? Just lessons. Attacks? Just intel. You don't dodge or despair, you dissect and advance, unshaken while others unravel. People don't just see you endure, they hand you their fear, trusting the man who turns explosions into energy. A deal falls through, tempers flare, everyone's reeling, but you're already plotting the next move, cool as steel. The Stoics built this resilience, embracing hardship as a forge for growth. That's the Sigma fire, and at Sigma Male Community we stoke it, because your unburnable core doesn't just survive storms, it commands them, proving authority isn't shaken by the world but shapes it. 10. The antisocial magnetism paradox. Here's the kicker. You don't need them, and that's why they need you. Your ease in solitude isn't cold, it's a glow of self-sufficiency that pulls people in. You don't beg for company, you offer it from a place of strength, making every nod a gift, not a grab. They fight for your glance because you don't sell it cheap. Your distance isn't a flaw, it's your draw, turning aloofness into a lure. Step back at a party, while others clamor, you sip your drink, content alone. Soon they're circling, drawn to the man who doesn't chase. The Stoics love this, finding peace within, not in the crowd. At Sigma Male Community we own this paradox. Your independence isn't isolation, it's the magnetic authority that makes you the prize, not the pursuer. 11. Sovereignty as strategic weaponry. You're not a follower, you're a king of your own making. No one hands you power, you claim it through ruthless self-rule. Your boundaries aren't requests, they're laws, your choices aren't swayed, they're forged. You don't beg for respect, you craft it in the solitude of your mind. People don't dictate your worth, they adapt to it or they fade. This is sovereignty, the ultimate Sigma weapon. Picture a demand you don't meet, a job, a plea, a trend. You walk away head high and the world adjusts. The Stoics called this owning your fate, controlling what's yours and letting the rest fall. At Sigma Male Community we wield this, because when you're sovereign, authority isn't given, it's taken, a quiet force that shifts reality to your terms. You've just walked through the blueprint of Sigma authority, raw, real, and yours to claim. This is the Sigma Male Community, your tribe of lone wolves building unshakable strength through self-mastery and stoic grit. Reflect on this. How will you wield your stillness, your no, your fire tomorrow? Hit that like button if this lit a spark. Comment your thoughts, share this with a brother who needs it, and turn on notifications if you're already in the pack. We're not here to play small, we're here to dominate life on our terms. Subscribe, stay hungry, and let's keep forging excellence together, because Sigma isn't a label, it's a legacy.